What if I told you that taking care of your finances is a radical act of self-preservation? Hi, my name is Stephanie Olano, and I am the owner and founder of Awkward Money, where I talk about financial healing and how to embrace your awkwardness with money. Today, I want to talk to you about financial self-care, not just as a personal habit, but as a form of resistance, especially for marginalized communities. First off, I wanted to explain who is Audre Lorde. Audre Lorde was a groundbreaking Black feminist, poet, and civil rights activist who transformed our understanding of self-care, intersectionality, and liberation. She famously said that caring for myself is not self-indulgence, it is self-preservation. And that is an act of political warfare. I first read this quote back in grad school, and it's stuck with me ever since. Her work resonates deeply with therapists like me and social justice advocates for several key reasons. She dismantled the myth that self-care was selfish by showing how marginalized communities, particularly Black women, were expected to endlessly give to others while sacrificing their own needs. Another way to understand this is Black women are expected to wear the cape, and no matter what, they need to show up and be ready to save the world. And there's a lot of conversation on how damaging this could be and traumatizing, and the need to eventually take off the cape. For Lorde, self-care wasn't a luxury, but a necessity for survival in a society that systematically exhausted and diminished marginalized people. She framed self-care as a powerful tool for maintaining one's strength and dignity in the face of systematic oppression. So in the act of taking off the cape, we are actually serving our needs and doing self-care. Her writings on intersectionality created frameworks for understanding on how various forms of oppression intersect and impact mental health. She demonstrated that self-care extends beyond an individual healing. It's about sustaining oneself to continue the fight for social justice. Her ideas continue to influence modern therapeutic approaches, particularly in trauma-informed care and justice-oriented therapy. You didn't come here just for me to do a video essay on this wonderful person. You're here to learn more about financial self-care. And just as a recap, what the hell is financial self-care? It's basically this intentional practice of managing one's relationship with money through mindful habits. So what does this look like? It could be you just creating and maintaining a sustainable budget that aligns with your values, making informed investments, developing healthy money habits that support mental and emotional well-being, setting achievable financial goals while practicing self-compassion, contrast with hustle culture and financial burnout. But how is financial self-care a form of resistance? We have to understand marginalized communities have been conditioned to operate from a scarcity mindset due to historical exclusion from wealth-building opportunities. Prioritizing financial self-care while saving, investing, and even negotiating salaries pushes back on this mindset that asserts your right to financial well-being. Next up is autonomy from capitalism. Capitalist systems encourage burnout and overworking. Financial self-care, such as building that emergency fund, reducing financial anxiety, setting those financial boundaries, allow you to make choices that prioritize your well-being rather than just survival. We have to understand that from a historical standpoint, BIPOC people, not to mention women and other marginalized communities, have been denied access to financial education. Learning about finances, sharing resources, investing in yourself disrupts these exclusionary practices. Valuing your labor and worth. Undercharging, overworking, and financial self-sacrifice are often normalized, especially for caregivers and those in helping professions. Therapists, social workers, teachers, any one of these professions means you're just kind of meant to give and sacrifice your needs. Practicing self-care, like pricing your services fairly and advocating for higher pay, is a way to resist systematic undervaluation. Creating a future on your terms. Financial self-care isn't just about making more money and saying, I deserve everything in the world. It's actually about giving you the power to set financial boundaries, to say no to exploitative work environments, to say yes to rest, and to say yes to opportunities that align with your values. All of these things are radical in a capitalist society. But how do we go about doing this? Here are just a few ways to just get this started. First up, we have to start addressing financial anxiety first. Set up a money check-in ritual. This can look like playing calming music, review finances in a safe place or with a safe person. Hell, if you need to, light a candle, use some fidget toys, do what you have to do to make this check-in as comfortable as possible. Identify your financial core values. And what I mean by core values, it could look like security, generosity, independence, giving back. Just so whenever you're making these choices, they align with what truly matters to you and only to you. Next up, we have to build a trauma-informed system when it comes to spending. This means really understanding what triggers your overspending. Is it stress? Is it burnout? Is it that scarcity mindset? And we have to find ways to create that pause and reflect system before making a purchase. A way to do this is to use something called HALT. HALT is an acronym that stands for hunger, anger, lonely, and tired. To use the HALT method, you check in with yourself and periodically ask, how are you feeling in these 4 categories? Sometimes check-ins can occur daily. Other times you may need to check in with yourself hourly. How often you use the HALT method is really up to you. The importance of the method is for you to just stop, aka HALT, and whatever you're doing, and get at the root of what you're feeling on a regular basis or whenever you're triggered. This is to help alleviate whatever discomfort or awkwardness you might have around money, and hopefully turning to more healthier or stable financial decisions whenever one or all of these areas are threatened. Next up, we have to reframe debt and financial trauma, and we can do this by tracking debt payoff in stages, like looking at your credit card debt as little goals for yourself instead of fixating on the total balance. If you're the type that says, I'm really bad at money, try using neutral self-talk, like, I'm learning to manage my finances in a way that supports me. And the way that I go about this is I actually have a jar full of these type of neutral mantras. I don't like the whole, you deserve abundance and grow from scarcity mindset into abundant mindset. No, my jar is full of these comments like, I'm learning and I'm gonna make mistakes. And I put them in this jar. And anytime I am ready and regulated enough to do my finances, I take one of these dollar bills, and on the back is a handwritten note to myself that says, again, it's not these nice feeling type of mantras. They're actually this is what we need to do, and it's okay if we're not good at it. If you're ready to stop feeling anxious about money and start building a financial system that actually works for you, I've got you covered. I created Awkward Money to help people navigate financial self-care in a way that's trauma-informed, no more shame, no more overwhelm, just small, doable steps that make a big difference. And if you want more support, I offer one-on-one coaching to help you tackle financial anxiety and even pricing your services without guilt. Drop a comment below. What's one financial self-care habit you're working on? Let's make financial self-care a form of resistance together. And don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on more content about financial healing. See you in the next video. Bye for now.